Hey gang, I'm coming to you from the backyard oasis at Casa Paul and Maria, or our backyard. And I want to talk to you today about Osgoode Schlatters disease. It sounds terrible. It was a question I got from a trainer, and one of the young goalies he works with was diagnosed with it, and it probably gave him a heart attack when he heard the name because it sounds terrible. But it really isn't that bad. And this is what it is basically. Your quadricep muscles, so all the muscles in your thigh, come and they attach kind of on this bony prominence. And you can see mine stick out a little bit. They're kind of bumpy because I had Osgoode Schlatters when I was a kid. But basically, all those muscles come down and attach at that one point. And so you can imagine the amount of force that is on that bony attachment. It's called the tibial tubercle. Well, when you're young and before you stop growing, your growth plates are still open, and this little bony prominence is still a little bit soft. It's still malleable. Once you finish growing and you mature and your growth plates close, then it becomes hard bone just like the rest of your body. But when you're still growing, it's still a little malleable. So all these muscles yank on that attachment point, and they can just irritate the daylights out of it. Add on to that, you are growing, and this athlete was quite tall, so, you grow from your bones, and your muscles don't get advanced warning about it, so if your thigh bone grows an inch, which would be a lot, your muscles now all of a sudden are an inch short. So imagine how that impacts your flexibility, and how that will impact the amount of tension and the amount of irritation that this sort of soft bony attachment is getting. So it can be very painful. Now the good side, or the upside of it, is that it's not damaging your knee. So this is pain down here right on the front of your shin bone. It's not under your kneecap or in this tendon or anywhere else in the joint. It's just here. So although it's uncomfortable, you're not causing permanent damage. So what you can do is some stretches that I'm going to show you in a second that might help improve the flexibility of that quadricep muscle group, or some of those muscles that cross the knee, to take a little tension off it. You can ice that area before and after activity to just reduce your symptoms, reduce the pain a little bit. And if the pain's getting too bad, you're going to have to take a day or two off away from training or practice, or heaven forbid a game, just to let you get on top of that discomfort. So stretch, ice, work within your pain tolerance. The bonus news is that once you get a little older and stop growing and your growth plates close, you're not going to have that pain anymore. So you don't see any 25-year-olds walking around with Osgoode Schlatters disease. You might see that they have kind of bumpy knees like I have, but that's the pain is all gone. So let me hop out into the jungle here and show you a couple of stretches on a gorgeous late summer afternoon. So you can do a standing quadricep stretch, keeping this thigh right down beside your other thigh, staying up nice and tall in your body. Stretch out your thigh. Probably not a bad idea to get your hamstring, so without rounding your back, feeling a nice stretch in here. You can stretch out your calves, keeping that back heel on the ground. You can do a hip flexor stretch up nice and tall, getting in here, even add a little side bend to it. And finally, you can do an iliotibial band stretch, so crossing one foot over and then leaning away from the back